I gotta go, Julia. We got cows. The Couch Brotato podcast presents Twister, coming up next.
Nothing else in nature
It's starting to turn!
can match its raw power.
Get out of there!
Its brute force, its howling intensity,
Come on!
its uncontrollable fury. On May 10th,
It's coming!
the producers of Jurassic Park and the director of Speed bring you face to face with Twister. Rated PG-13 starts Friday, May 10th.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Couch Brotato podcast. We're going strong with episode number 13. Lucas, did you think we'd get this far?
Yes, but did I think anybody would listen at this point? No. But you know what? People are listening, and we love them for it.
That's right. This particular episode, it's like the All-Star game. It's like Kobe Bryant or Magic Johnson coming out of retirement to be on the All-Star team. Get do you think?
I think so. I mean, I like the analogy. I don't know if everybody's going to get it, but, you know, I like the analogy.
Well, you know, we're big sports fans. We'll get them to come around.
Tina, I know you're going to listen to this, so those are really good basketball players.
Okay, yeah. Tina's our one loyal listener that listens to every episode, and I definitely appreciate it. I'm sure Lucas does too.
Absolutely, and she gives me notes on it too, which is cool.
Oh, very nice. We appreciate notes. We got our producer Adam to join us this time. Adam, how many times have we tried to get you on here before tonight?
3 or 4, I believe.
Yeah, and they all seem to be like I know the Cursed Die Hard episode. We tried to do that, just didn't turn out. I think there's a couple others.
Home Alone, I think we were going to do.
Yeah, Home Alone was going to happen at one point, and then we just decided to scrap it at the last minute. And
yeah.
I was going to say, what the hell did we scrap that for?
I think we decided to do Christmas Vacation, which also turned out to be a complete fucking dumpster fire too.
Well, fingers crossed, this one's coming together pretty well so far. I mean, I haven't said anything stupid yet. Give me time. I haven't done any bad impressions. Give me time.
Yeah, I've got all new wiring. I tested us before we came on. We sound good. I mean, I can't help my voice, but outside of that, we sound good.
What, your voice of God?
No, I've said once, and I've said it 1,000 times. I sound like a fat kid going through puberty. But all right, enough of the chit chat here. We're here today. We're doing Twister. We've been kind of circling this one for a little while. We thought this would be a great one to have Adam come on. We kind of throw a couple lines from this movie at each other all the time at work, so thought this would be a cool one to do. For those of you that have never seen Twister, first off, I don't know why. It's been out since 1996, so you've had plenty of time.
Yeah, fucking shame on you.
Shame. But for those of you that haven't seen it yet, I will run down the plot briefly. Bill and Joe Harding, on the brink of divorce, must join together to create an advanced weather alert system by putting themselves in the crosshairs of extremely violent tornadoes. Sign me up.
Yeah.
All in.
I mean, it's just so scientifically bad and just so awesomely good.
Well, yeah, Lucas is going to be our weather expert. I mean, he's kind of a weather nerd, so he's going to be able to tell us how accurate this movie really is.
Almost 0%.
Okay, cool.
And not accurate.
Hey, cool. There's tornadoes ripping houses apart, throwing cows in the air. I don't care.
Honestly, though, I don't know, because I've never seen this, and people are like, animal people are probably going to be like, I can't believe he said that. But I would totally watch a cow get fucking flung by a tornado. I think that'd be absolutely fucking hilarious.
Now, speaking of animals getting thrown by tornadoes, compared to other tornado movies where sharks get thrown by tornadoes, how scientifically accurate is it?
I believe the sharks getting thrown is probably just as accurate.
Well, So you're telling me that Sharknado cannot happen?
I don't think so, but I mean, there are water spouts, so I guess it's possible if there's like a swarm of sharks going after a school of fish, it could suck them up and fucking fling them, and Tara Reid is gonna drink through all of it.
I think they call that the suck zone.
Not its real name.
And the shark in the water, the school of fish, also is part of the suck zone too. When was the first time you guys seen this movie?
I think I've seen this in theaters. When it
don't
came out.
I think I saw it in theaters. I think I saw it on TV probably about 2 or 3 years after it was already out. So.
I know last episode I talked about my buddy Jeff and I, we used to go to the movies every weekend. Yeah, I was at the theater opening day for this thing.
Oh, you know what? Actually, no, I saw it at the drive-in. And the drive-in scene of this movie scared the absolute dog shit out of me.
Now, this is actually a really good drive-in movie. Like, it's perfect for a drive-in. But also, like, it's one of those movies, too, where, like, it's probably great to experience it, like, with the best sound and picture you possibly can, too.
Now, do they offer this movie in 4K? I'm not real sure.
No, they haven't done it 4K yet.
Well, they probably should.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did do some kind of anniversary edition because, see, 96. This will be the 25th anniversary coming up in May, wouldn't it? If my math is right.
I don't know. You're asking Adam.
Adam, you're the smart one of the three of us.
Right.
I don't want to do math right now, so I'm going to say you're right.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm right then. 25th anniversary coming up in May, so I'm sure they'll do something for that. Like I was just when I was doing the research, this actually kicked off like a kind of a disaster movie renaissance in the late '90s. Because I know, like in the '70s, they had the Poseidon Adventure and Airport, like all these really like good disaster movies, and then this kick-started a whole new run of them. Go ahead.
Impact, Eden. I guess Speed and Independence Day would count as disaster movies too.
Well, I don't know if Speed would be a disaster movie unless you're well, fuck, like all I need to do is get to work, and now there's a bomb on this bus. It's a disaster for the people on board. But
especially the driver that gets shot. They have to get him off the bus.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do Speed at some point. We have to, right?
The movie, right? Not the drugs.
Well, we could do Speed on Speed. I'm not really down for that, but Lucas, or Adam, you guys.
I'm going to pass on that one, but I'll do Speed sober.
Fuck it, I'll take one for the team, guys.
All right. Well, if you could slow your listening down, probably be the time to do it for that episode. Lucas is going to be all cranked out.
Woo! I'm totally amped. I mean, not totally, but a little bit amped.
But yeah, I was just doing Daylight, the Stallone movie where he gets trapped inside the tunnel, the Holland Tunnel. That came out in '96. They had the double feature of the volcano movies in '97.
Oh yeah.
We had the Asteroids Coming Towards Earth movies in '98, and then the Perfect Storm was 2000. That was the other one I could think of. It was a natural disaster movie. And then Independence Day is a really good one too. And
that was 95, wasn't it?
No, Independence Day is 96.
Really?
It's 96, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Independence Day was 96.
Yeah, I had some really cool notes down about Independence Day and Twister, kind of like the legacy, but I kind of deleted them. Twister and Independence Day, they kind of started a trend where you could actually sell a movie on a premise versus movie stars. Because Will Smith wasn't quite Will Smith yet. Bill Paxton's not a huge star by any means. He's awesome, but not a big star. But yeah, I think those two kind of kicked off that trend where you could sell a movie oh shit, there's aliens are invading Earth, they're going to blow up the White House, or hey, this Twister's going to rip through a small town in the Midwest. I'm in. Their opening day.
I'll tell you what, if aliens do come to Earth, there's nobody I want to beat the shit out of an alien more than Will Smith.
And Jeff Goldblum. Don't forget him.
Well, Jeff Goldblum is like Adam, and you're like Will Smith.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Man,
I don't know what not to take that as a compliment.
Good morning, Dave. That always cracked me up when his laptop said that. I don't know why. I've always wanted my computers to say good morning to me.
Well, I'm taking Will Smith as a compliment because I don't know if you've seen what I look like, but I don't look like Will Smith.
You'll always be my Will Smith, Russ.
Oh, save that for Valentine's Day. That's coming up. All right, well, we'll enough of the verbal BJs for tonight, guys. We'll get cracking on the movie here. The Tale of the Tape, released May the 10th, 1996. Directed by Jan de Bont, who did Speed, which we mentioned earlier. This movie stars Bill Paxton, Helen Hunt, Jamie Gertz, and Carrie Elwes. Is it Elwes or Ewells? Or I've heard it pronounced a couple different ways.
I think it's Elwes. I've always pronounced it Elwes.
Yeah, I have too. Somebody write us or let us know if we're pronouncing it wrong. It'd actually be awesome if Carrie Elwes himself sent me a nasty message on Facebook or an email. Like, I'd share the shit out of that.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
I got cussed out by Carrie Elwes by mispronouncing his name. Rotten Tomatoes score 59%. Lucas, you've seen that the audience score was kind of low on this too, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't understand. What the fuck is wrong with people? This movie is awesome.
I mean, critics I can kind of see, but what was the audience score for this?
I'll have to look it up. Keep going on with Tale of the Tape.
The movie was budgeted at $70 million and made $241 million at the domestic box office. That's a pretty good haul.
Yeah, that's really good, especially for that time.
Yeah. Well, I got some notes on that, a little bit of a tidbit on the box office, but I'll save that for the William Somerset Research Corner. Did you find the audience score for Twister yet?
Yeah, it was actually lower than the critic score at 58%.
What?
With 250,000 plus ratings.
That's fucking bizarre. I don't know anybody that doesn't like this movie.
Yeah, I don't either, honestly. Never met these people that clearly have lost their damn minds thinking that this isn't a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, listen, I get it. Like, if you're a science nerd, then, you hate this movie for that reason. But it's completely entertaining. What is not to like about this movie?
Oh, I agree. Adam, you got some thoughts on that?
I mean, suspend your disbelief for maybe like an hour or two, however long it is, and watch it for what it is. It's an entertaining movie about twisters, and it's a really fun movie. That's all it is. Popcorn movie.
I agree. Well, speaking of the William Somerset Research Corner, which we've named after the scene in Seven where Morgan Freeman is researching the 7 deadly sins. Is that what we're sticking with on this? Is that what we're going with?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Also, I'm not doing my bad Morgan Freeman this time.
Darn it.
Well, just fine-tune it a little bit and bring it back for the next episode.
Fair enough.
Well, William Somerset Research Corner, I found out that Tom Hanks, Kevin Costner, Richard Gere, John Travolta, Mel Gibson, Dennis Quaid, Kurt Russell, and Michael Keaton were all up for the role of Bill Harding.
So they were really going in for somebody big time, huh?
Yeah, they pretty much, like, almost any A-list star at the time was considered for the lead in this. And then Laura Dern, Nicole Kidman, Renee Russo, and Meg Ryan also thought of for the role of Joe.
I mean, like you said, the premise sold the movie more than the actors. So I really could see, honestly, any of those people you said filling in.
Being the big Kurt Russell fan that I am, I could totally see him doing this. And I'd also buy Dennis Quaid. But outside of those two, like, I can't really see any. I sure as hell can't see Travolta doing this. Oh, my God, I think we're going in.
We're going to chase tornadoes. Oh, my God.
See, that's good. That's good. Keep that. Also found out that Garth Brooks was offered a role in this, but declined due to not wanting to be overshadowed by tornadoes, according to a lawsuit brought on by his former production partner.
That's
Wow.
that's legitimately the most bizarre fact that I think we've had on here.
Well, when I was researching this too, he also I guess his production partner sued him for basically him not taking on stuff that can make them more money. He also turned down a role in Saving Private Ryan because he wanted to be John Miller, who was played by Tom Hanks in that movie.
Hard pass. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't care how big what's that song? The Thunder Rolls. You're not Forrest Gump, sorry, dude. I'm actually surprised they didn't try to go for to get him on the soundtrack. But they got Van Halen, which that turned out to be much better, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Movie was originally shot for an R rating with more language and grislier death scenes, but it got cut to be PG-13.
Dude, I wonder if there's like a rated R cut of this somewhere, because I totally watched that shit.
Well, it almost makes me wonder if the scene when what's the blonde guy's name? Preacher, when he gets his that hubcap comes and slices his head. I'm almost wondering if that wasn't shot to be his head getting cut off at one point.
I don't know. That's fucking hardcore and awesome.
Yeah. Apparently, Philip Seymour Hoffman and Cary Elwes were the ones that lost the most. A lot of their scenes were cut because of that.
That makes sense because, Philip Seymour Hoffman was kind of like a crazy, wild party type guy, and Cary Elwes was an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
In the cut version, we get to see what the suck zone actually was.
Oh, daddy.
That's probably for the porno parody of it, though. I think that's actually called the suck zone.
What is it, Rule 34? If it exists, it's porn.
Yeah. Movie was moved up to May 10th to avoid direct competition with the first Mission Impossible movie.
Good idea.
Actually, Twister made more in North America than Mission Impossible did.
Russ, you and I have talked about this, and Adam, I think we talked about this with you too. The first Mission Impossible is an okay movie, but it's nothing like 3 through 6. The 6, the last one.
Yeah, Fallout.
Yeah. It's nothing like those.
Yeah, I think with Mission Impossible, I think what hurt the original one was the fact that there's too many plot twists, and it's too sometimes it's a little too difficult to follow. Whereas Twister's basically straightforward. It's okay, I've got this team of storm chasers and they're chasing tornadoes, and go. That's it.
Oh yeah, and there's a love story in there, but nobody gives a shit about that. A quarter of the way through.
Now, that's not true. I feel bad for Jamie Gertz. She gets shit on in this movie. Although she gets to hang out with Philip Seymour Hoffman, which that's not a totally bad thing.
And he was teaching her about the suck zone.
Yeah, and did she get to ride in the barn burner? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Which I was telling Lucas earlier today that after I seen this movie, I kind of wanted my own version of the barn burner. I was kind of a stoner during his period. I'm like, man, that's so fucking cool. He had straws that dispersed some kind of drink. I don't know what it was, but I'm sure it was something cool. And he had he was playing music through loudspeakers in this old school bus. I was like, fuck, I gotta have this car.
Yep.
Although he was playing Eric Clapton, kind of lame.
Well, he makes that scene awesome because when they show him in there, he's starts singing a little bit, and then he just makes this sound that a 12-year-old kid would make, when he's playing a video game. He just makes that explosion noise. He goes. It's this guy's 30 years old. He's making and he dresses like a 12-year-old kid too, with the hood over his hat.
Yeah, he does.
Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt suffered a few injuries on the set of this movie. They had burned retinas from the lighting used for close-ups. They had to get a tetanus shot for that scene in the ditch when they're driving through that ditch and they can't go any further. And they get tetanus shots for that because I guess apparently that ditch was kind of dirty. And Helen Hunt suffered a concussion during the truck driving through the corn sequence. So
from what? That big ass jaw of hers hit the side of the fucking door or something?
It didn't go into specifics.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, this segment's called William Somerset Research Corner. It doesn't mean I spent hours on end in a library researching all this stuff. And last fact I've got here for you. This was the first movie to be released on DVD and the last movie to be released on the now dead HD DVD, which Lucas, you had, didn't you?
I did. Actually, I may have one or two around here somewhere. I had King Kong. I had Four Brothers. I had a couple other movies. I love that format. I loved my little special disc drive that I have with my Xbox 360.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did do that, didn't they?
Yep.
I bought the HD DVD format when they were basically discounting all the players. I bought one for like $20.
The hell of a deal. Adam, did you have one?
I did not have one. I went straight for Blu-ray.
Well, excuse us.
Whoa! I didn't know we had a baller in our midst. My bad.
Oh, back up, everybody, Mr. Big Shot.
Well, usually the format that Disney goes with is the winning format of the decade. So,
see, only you would know that. I would have never guessed that.
Your wife is she does love Disney to no end.
yeah, that's true.
This was actually one of the first DVDs I owned. It wasn't the first, but like I remember early on buying it because when I bought my DVD player, I got this gigantic fucking Blu-ray or DVD player, and I ended up buying one of them cheap home theater systems in a box after that. And I think I test drove it with Twister.
I mean, that's a pretty good idea. It does have really good sound on it.
Well, I didn't put this in my notes, but it was kind of cool to mention it. I guess this movie like destroyed a lot of like movie theater subwoofers because of like all the sound effects.
Oh, that's cool.
That is really awesome.
Yeah, like it didn't destroy mine. Mine's like I'm actually now very proud of that POS home theater system in a box I got because Twister didn't fuck my stuff up.
Yeah, take that, movie theaters, you cheap fucks.
I would like to think it's like the scene in Back to the Future where Michael J. Fox turns everything up and then plays his guitar.
That's true. They must have had Doc Brown make all their subwoofers. All right, now for best scene. Lucas, have we come up with a name for this category yet?
Not that I remember off my head.
Okay, well, until then, we're just going to call this our favorite scene in the movie. We'll come up with some cool, catchy title or some real shitty name for it. Take your pick. You guys know the drill. I'll come up with I'll nominate 5. If you guys have any you want to add, feel free. I put the opening with Joe and her parents when they go into the storm cellar. I still can't figure out why. I was talking to Lucas about this today, actually. I don't understand why her dad felt he had to hold that door open.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense because they didn't fly out when the door flew off.
That's exactly what I said. Like, it looked like a strong summer breeze after he flies out of there.
Yeah. Everything stays in that cellar without the door there.
Yeah. If anybody would have blown away, it would have been the fucking dog, and the dog nothing happens to the dog either.
Yeah.
Listen, that pissed me off. When they went out to the storm cellar without the dog, I was pissed.
Well, see, I'm the opposite. That is such a cliche thing to do. Like, oh no, disaster movie. Let's hope the dog's okay. And it's the same thing happens in, let's see, off the top of my head, Godzilla. When Godzilla comes out of the water, the dog starts to run away, and you're like, oh crap, I hope the dog's okay.
Well, they actually go back to that later when Aunt Meg's house gets destroyed. Bill goes back for her dog. And then the house falls down 5 minutes later. Not even 5 minutes later.
Cliche, let's save the dog twice in the same movie.
Hey, listen, I would sacrifice myself to save the dog. I'm just saying.
Oh, no, I would too. It's just super cliche.
Yeah. Yeah, he's right. It is. It's like an old movie trope, gotta go back and save XYZ pet. I also put, the first time they're all together to chase the tornado. I actually like the scene because it just shows you, a little bit of, everybody's personality on the team. Bill and Joe are arguing. You had fucking batshit crazy Dusty playing Deep Purple. Then you had the preacher, I actually love him because he looks like he's just he's fucking turned up to 12. He's
he was doing speed.
He's cranked up, man. He's I got it. He's on the juice. And then the other two folks are they're singing Oklahoma. I kind of like that scene. If I catch that on TV, I'll stop and watch it from there. I also when everybody's eating at Aunt Meg's house, I kind of like that scene too.
And then they're like, let's go to her house. No, guys. Food.
Oh, damn, we timed that perfectly, too.
Probably because that's the line we say to each other more than anything else at work.
Yeah, that's like when lunch is lunchtime. We're like, yeah, we do that. I have the drive-in movie theater sequence. I think that's really cool. And then the last sequence where they're trying to get Dorothy into that F5. I think to me that scene is almost like a theme park ride. Like basically like everything you would expect to see on a roller coaster. You get in that, like where he drives through the house. They're fucking getting chased by a tornado. They're running through a cornfield. Just kind of a cool scene. Do you guys got anything you want to add?
I think I like all of those scenes. I think you ticked off all of the scenes that I like. I like the twin twister scene, the water spout.
Well, isn't that part of the first, like when they chase the storms for the first time? Doesn't it happen in that early sequence?
The first time they're all chasing together, that's when Joe's truck gets thrown by that tornado.
Right, and then they use Bill Paxton's truck after that.
Oh yeah, that's right. The twins are like the second one, right?
Yeah.
I should know this.
And
I just watched this movie last night.
Well, as you know, I watched some of it on my lunch break at work today. So.
Yeah, Lucas, do you have anything you want to add?
No, I mean that scene that he was talking about, because the infamous line, "I gotta go, we got chaos."
Yes, and then we get to see flying cows, which is always entertaining. Sorry, PETA. I like to see flying cows in a tornado.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna, after we're done with this, I'm probably gonna get on YouTube and see if I can see tornado throws cow.
If it exists, please send it to me.
I'm sure somebody has a video. Like that's probably happened. You know, it'd be really cool if they had that, and then like that fucking dude that always, like when there's a hurricane, he's the guy that always has Slayer playing, and he's got that flag, and that wind just beat the shit out of him in the face. Like I would love to see like just those two worlds come together.
I want to see that guy in the foreground, and then a cow flying around in the background.
As long as Slayer's playing in that, like I'm all in. Like, give me more of that.
I'd watch 2 hours of that as a movie.
Fuck it, let's write it.
Done.
Slayer guy versus flying cows in a tornado.
You know, sci-fi would fund that shit. They're fucking dumb.
Oh yeah, like well, Lucas and I, when we in the infancy of our podcast before we started on this format, we did a whole episode where we talked about writing a movie for sci-fi, where like eventually it would come down to Sharknado versus meth gators, because that was a thing a couple of years ago in Tennessee. And
yeah, all the meth heads were dumping their shit in the water, and the gators were on meth.
Yeah, they went fucking crazy.
That doesn't even sound like real life. What the fuck world do we live in where gators are on fucking meth?
America.
Yep, that's it. Only in America. When Lucas, you did the "We Got Cows" impression, that brings us up to our next category. Did we decide on the name for this one? I think we kind of did.
Yeah, I think you sent me the name earlier.
I think we're going with King Kong ain't got shit on me. Best quote of the movie.
Yes, that's the one.
All right. Did I give that enough Denzel?
Well, did you beat your chest as you did it?
No, I didn't. I didn't do that.
I don't know.
Well, I'm holding my microphone's kind of close to my face tonight, and I was seriously afraid I was going to knock my microphone over. And then, once again, Adam being on one of our episodes is fucking cursed, and we have to scrap it.
That's true.
So I'm just keeping my hands like at bay, like away from the equipment, so nothing happens.
Everything needs to be pristine.
I have for best quote, I gotta go, Julia. We got cows. I can't do it as good as Lucas.
No,
I gotta go, Julia. We got cows.
Thank you. I think that's
the one time she fucking had an accent in that movie.
Yeah, her accent fades in and out quite a bit in that movie. It's almost Kevin Costner and Robin Hood bad.
Ooh.
But Kevin Costner, after a while, just says, "You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to be Kevin Costner."
And you know what? And that was good enough for all the ladies.
Mm-hmm. Second quote, the suck zone. It's the point basically when the twister sucks you up. That's not the technical term for it, obviously. That was from Dusty.
Yeah, when he's trying to fucking bang Bill's fiance.
You know, I don't think he's trying to go after her. I think he's just being Dusty and just being fucking weird.
It could be.
Third one, he's going to rue the day he came against the extreme, baby. Bill, I'm talking extreme ruage. That's also from Dusty. I think I just botched how he delivers that.
You know what? Only Dusty can deliver that line the right way.
Yeah, Philip Seymour Hoffman, God rest his soul. I also have food. Food.
We crave sustenance.
I have that one. And then the last one is I think we're going in when he drives through the house. You guys got anything you want to add to those? Or
I'm trying to, those are pretty much the best lines. I'm trying to think of anything else from that movie that I would want to throw in there.
Well, it's not really a line, but I laugh every time I hear it. It's just what we were talking about earlier when he's listening to the Eric Clapton song, and he just goes, it was like, I forget the name of the song, but he goes, "Mistreat you, girl," and he goes, and he just walks out of the trailer. I just fucking love that.
I do like the line. She's gonna show her ugly face right at the top of that hill. I don't know. I always laugh when I hear that line.
That is a good one.
Oh, are you talking about when the fucking hail where it's just ice shavings from a fucking refrigerator?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I do like the line. Like I saw this when I was watching it earlier. Shit, I just drew a blank on the character's name. The therapist, Bill's,
Melissa.
Fiance, Melissa. She's on the phone talking to a guy right before Joe's truck falls in front of her, and she says, "She didn't marry you for your penis." And then it cuts away for a second, and she goes, "She didn't marry you just for your penis."
Oh, like one of the times where she doesn't have the accent?
Yeah. All of a sudden, she's not a Southern belle.
Nope. She's straight hood. So did we decide we're going with the food?
Well, I think that's our favorite line.
That's our favorite line. That's the one we use the most.
Yeah. I don't know though, man. Like Lucas's Jamie Gertz impression's pretty good.
Yeah. I do like the cow.
We got tails.
All right, fuck it. We're going with that one. That's the best line in the movie. That's it. We got a new category here on the show. I don't know if we're going to keep this one, but I think it's appropriate for this particular movie. I Once Knew a Girl on Gordon Street Best Bit Player Award. I have 3 guys down. I'm sure there's a lot of like small roles in here, or small performances like from people that you've seen in a ton of shit. But my nominees are Zach Grenier. He was Jonas's driver. He's been in a bunch of stuff. I remember him. I was telling Lucas he was in Problem Child 2. He was Charlene Tilton's husband. He's the one that interrupts John Ritter's date at the restaurant, and he has like the saggiest tighty whities I've ever seen on anybody ever. And like I always see him in that. I also nominated Scott Thompson. He plays Preacher only for that scene where he's driving a car and he just looks like he's like got a raging boner to chase a storm. And then of course,
that's where he like grabs the steering wheel and like shaking it and his fucking veins popping out.
Yeah, and he's laughing like hysterically to himself.
Yeah,
I kind of dig that dude because he's also at Aunt Meg's house. It's just fucking so pissed off at Jonas on TV. And then I also nominated Philip Seymour Hoffman as Dusty. I mean, I think we kind of know who's already going to win this. But do you guys have anyone you want to nominate?
Actually, Dusty was mine. I think that he is the best bit actor just because of like everything that he contributed to the movie. Everything that he says is a quotable line.
Mm-hmm. Yep, agreed. I can't add any more than that. I mean, he was in this movie. He's obviously the clear winner.
Yeah, I didn't think this was going to be a close race. Like, I kind of wanted to put Alan Ruck in here, too. Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Actually, one of the members of Joe and Bill's crew, the guy with the beard, his name's Todd Field. He's, like, directed a couple Oscar-nominated movies.
What was he directed?
Nothing you've seen. Like, the only one I can think of right off the top of my head is In the Bedroom. It had Tom Wilkinson in it. It was from a few years.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I know it's not your wheelhouse, Lucas.
Well, I mean, honestly, it's amazing that I'm doing a movie podcast, considering I didn't really even start watching movies very seriously until like I don't know, 10 years ago.
Well, I guess this is kind of a science experiment then. Like, I'm trying to turn you into a movie buff like Adam and I. Not a movie snob, but a movie buff. Last category is who owns this movie. We say who owns this movie is like, who is like, when you look back at this, who is like, who or what is like the thing you enjoy the most about this film? So before I give my nominee, I'm going to go around to you guys. Who do you think owns this movie? Lucas?
Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton? Why do you think Bill Paxton?
Well, because he's the centerpiece of the whole movie. He actually, seems like he knows the science of tornadoes somewhat, even though every fucking tornado doesn't have a damn wall cloud or anything that would closely resemble anything that a tornado would come out of. Sorry, science rant over. But the love story centers around him with both the women in the movie. Dorothy is his brainchild. So, and he's just fantastic in the movie anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of nice to see him get a starring role for a change. He's always been like that, I don't know, like the secondary player. Like he was, I seen a stat the other day where he's the only actor to ever be killed by the Terminator, a Predator, and an alien, or one of the xenomorphs from Aliens. The only actor to ever have that happen to him. And Arnold Schwarzenegger, breaks his face in True Lies, too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I forgot he was in... I love his fucking character in that greaseball fucking car salesman.
Yeah, I really want to do True Lies, but that movie has not aged well at all.
What does he say about... He says, ass like a 10-year-old boy or something.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean? That's horrifyingly gross.
Yeah. But yeah, it was nice to see him, he's always been one of those guys that shines in a secondary role. It was nice to see him get, a starring role and, really knock it out of the park. He's not my nominee for this, but, that's actually a really good answer. Adam, who would you nominate?
That's actually my answer, is Bill Paxton.
Really?
Yeah. I agree with literally everything Lucas said. While he doesn't get the science right most of the time, he predict where a tornado is going to be by pouring dirt onto the ground.
Wait a minute, you guys can't do that?
Shit, I can.
Oh, I know you can, Lucas.
That's one of the things of the movie that people get mad at. It's like, if he can predict where the tornado is going to be by pouring dirt on the ground, what are they doing with Dorothy in the first place?
Yeah.
He makes the movie go forward. The pacing is really good regardless with everybody else, but he drives the plot forward, and he is the centerpiece of the movie. Mm-hmm. And I think that he is the personality of the movie too. I think that these corporate goons versus our ragtag group of storm chasers kind of vibe, and he's the centerpiece of that.
That's a good answer.
That was a good point. Yeah.
I nominated Philip Seymour Hoffman.
As you should. I mean, the guy's a fucking genius in this movie.
For me, he just every scene he's in, he steals it. I mean, he's the one point, just about every, the nominees for best quote of the movie, just about every one is something that he says. He's involved in pretty much all the best scenes except for the opening. And something I kind of noticed when I watched it last night. If you notice that Jack Black, his whole movie shtick seems to be based off the Dusty character from Twister.
Well, now I do.
Yeah, dude, seriously, he pointed that out, and now I can't fucking unsee that.
Well, I mean, for me, it was when he does the the monkey dance where he's just kind of flailing his arms back and forth, and he's got his legs bowed out. I could totally see Jack Black doing that, and just everything he does, just screams Jack Black. And it's almost like Jack Black just struggled, and he's like, you know what, that Dusty guy's onto something. I'm just gonna that's how I'm gonna be. Or Philip Seymour Hoffman stole it from Jack Black. I don't know, but that's my nominee.
Way, I'm glad they did it.
Yeah, he gave the world Jack Black, and Jack Black's been awesome. So
you heard it here first, folks. He gave the world Jack Black.
Yep. That's my idea. You quote me on it, put it on social media. I don't care. Well, do you, either one of you guys have anything you want to add before we wrap this bad boy up?
Yeah, whoever the 58% that, didn't like this movie, fuck you. You're stupid. That's about it.
Wrong.
Well, I think 58% of the people. Well, I think the 58% of the people are like the movie. It's the fact that there's 42% of people that don't like it. So the 42% of the people, you should say fuck you to.
Yes. See, math ain't my thing. I don't fucking know. You know what? I praise all the parents in this lockdown that have to help their kids with math, because that sure as shit ain't me.
Well, Lucas, as a parent that does math, I appreciate that. I really do.
Well, I appreciate you helping shape our future.
Well, let's not jump that far ahead yet. Adam, do you have anything you want to add before we wrap this up?
As fun as this movie is, don't go chase tornadoes yourself. Be safe. Don't be dumb.
That's true. I actually I wanted to do this for a little while after I seen this movie. I just thought this would be the coolest job ever. But then, as I got a little older, I'm like, I don't think you can really make shit doing this. I don't know if I want to do this now.
Yeah, no. From what I hear, it pays poorly and it's very dangerous. So,
yeah.
Well, I wanted to chase tornadoes because they scare me to death, and I want to help understand them better. But then the El Reno tornado happened, and it killed some storm chasers because it did a 90-degree turn. First time I've ever recorded a tornado doing a 90-degree turn, and it was an EF5, and it killed some people. So I'm like, you know what? If it can just turn on a fucking dime like that, I'm gonna stay out of it.
Also, I'm not a science or a storm weather nerd, so that scale that they grade us on, that's legit.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. I didn't know.
Well, see, in the movie though, they're looking at it and Adam pointed this out to me. He's like, they can't just look at it and be like, that's a F4 or F5, which is true. But if you have a big ass tornado, you can kind of just guess.
Yeah, but it's based on damage, and they're sitting there going, "Oh, that's a F4 tornado." Like, how do you know it didn't damage anything yet? It's coming out of the sky right now.
Well, I think the wind is saying what it is. You hear that wind, that the whistling of the wind, it goes F3, 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 F3.
I think the wind whispers Mary.
It's that Bill Paxton dirt dumping magic that's happening, and Bill Paxton can tell.
Yeah, that's what it is. They just before he passed away, they just asked him Bill, what is this? Oh, F4. Thanks, man. They go to the news and oh yeah, Bill Paxton calls this an F4.
Well, it's automatically an EF5 if it's flinging sharks too.
Yeah, I think that's an F6.
Yeah.
Yep. Which I think that's actually a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
You heard it here first again, F6 tornado.
We're just sciencing the shit out of this thing tonight. I know for me, watching this, I just really miss Bill Paxton and Philip Seymour Hoffman in movies.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate that they're gone.
Yeah, I was just watching this and we're never gonna get another iconic or a masterpiece acting performance from Philip Seymour Hoffman. We're never going to get to see Bill Paxton. Bill Paxton would have ended up in one of the Marvel movies for sure, and he's never going to get that opportunity now.
Yeah, and he was a fun actor.
Oh yeah.
Plus, was he in the? He was in that show Big Love on HBO, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Actually, when he passed away, he was the. They did a TV show based on Training Day. He played the Denzel Washington-esque character in that.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I guess it's appropriate we brought out the King Kong Ain't Got Shit on Me movie, or best quote of the movie.
Dude, listen, we've made it. We're doing fucking tie-ins on our podcast now.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, before we wrap this up, Adam, I hope you weren't too embarrassed to be on here tonight. Will we maybe see you or hear from you again at some point?
Of course. I hope I'm on many more podcasts to come. I had a great time.
Good. Next time, I promise we'll have you talk a little more. I feel like Lucas and I kind of overpowered this a little bit.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, I think everything that I contributed is of worth. So.
Well, you make us sound good every time we put an episode out. So.
Well, this is like the first episode in like, I don't know, 10 episodes that I haven't been stoned. So, my answers are on time and coherent.
Yeah, it's actually like you weren't stoned and you weren't near death.
Yes.
So.
No COVID, no weed equals good, Lucas.
Yeah. Fuck, like hell, like that's a mic drop right there. We got to go out on top. All right, Lucas, did we decide what we're going to do for our next episode?
Yes, but the weed has fucked up my memory, so I don't remember.
All right, well, this will be...
Is it Bloodsport?
Yeah, Bloodsport's going to be next. Can't wait for that one. Adam, you a Bloodsport guy?
Oh, yeah. Love Bloodsport.
I actually did not know that you love that movie.
I mean, it's a really good movie. It's super cheesy, but, I mean, that's one of the better points of it.
Well, maybe we'll just have you come back on next week for the Lucas-hosted version of the Couch Potato Podcast.
Oh, Jesus.
Exciting.
That sounds awful.
No, I don't think it will be awful at all. Cause
well, I appreciate the encouragement, but let's we got something special going on with this podcast. Let's not fuck it up by making me the host.
I think we need to start a new hashtag Lucas hosts. So go out and hashtag that on all your social media and get Lucas to host.
I think I'm going to put up, we're recording this on a Friday night. I think I'm going to put up on our socials a poll question, like, should Lucas host the next episode?
Oh, Jesus.
I think
everybody vote no.
I got a feeling it's going to come out like you're going to host it next time.
Well, it's everybody's ears. It's their fault then.
I don't know, like, if you host the next episode, maybe I'll just fucking let loose and just be like some fucking unhinged, like, animal that gives all these hot takes.
Is that what I do? Am I an unhinged animal that gives hot takes?
Yeah, that's exactly what you are. That's why you're on here.
You're the Philip Seymour Hoffman of the group, and you get to tell us what the suck zone is.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to be a wrap for this episode. Check us out on social media. We're on Facebook at Couch Brotato Podcast. We're on Instagram at Couch Brotato Podcast, just underscore each word. You can email us at the couchbrotatopodcast@gmail.com. Be sure to leave
we're
us...
not talking to you, fucking Viagra. Stop it.
Yeah. It seems to be all the emails. It's either Viagra ads or we get somebody wanting to sell us a service where they want to promote our podcast for like obscene amounts of money. No, thank you. Lucas will take the Viagra though.
Absolutely.
But if you guys listen to us on Apple, be sure to leave us a review if you like what we're doing. Reviews really help us out, so be sure to leave us a review if you like what we're doing. So until next time, Adam, thanks for joining us this time. This one should get out on next Friday, so you're finally going to be out there on the internet. We're setting you free.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
In a non-porn capacity.
Right, yeah. Who would have thought that you would have made it to the internet in a non-porno capacity?
I'm kind of glad that it's in the non-porno capacity because I feel like I would break the internet in a bad way if it was in a porno capacity.
Well, as your friend, I'm glad you're not either. All right, guys. Well, until next time, we will talk at you later. Bye, everybody.